Hi, it's Bill with Best Tours of Denver. You can see behind me, this is City Park. This is the best views you're ever going to get of Denver. So this is not necessarily one of the items I put on the list, but go ahead and add it. Today, I'm going to take you on a little journey through the highlights of Denver. These are some of my personal favorites. I live in the area and I have for the last 20 years in the downtown area and in Capitol Hill. So I'm going to show you some things, some foodie stops. If you'd like to like and subscribe, we always appreciate it. At the end of the tour, at the end of this video, I'm going to put some links and some descriptions so it'll help you navigate through this journey. And let's get started with some of my best things to do in Denver. I am standing at Larimer Square. This is definitely a stop that you want to make when you come to Denver. This is Historic District Number 1, which was named so in 1971. This is where Denver began. This is the beginning of Denver. In fact, a man by the name of General William Larimer started all of this and deemed this as our business district. And he started the business district by building 4 log cabins on each corner. And he used coffin lids as the doors to these buildings. Lots of history, lots of ghost here. This is one of the stops on our Denver History and Ghost Adventure tour that we have. So definitely stop by here, have a bite to eat, and do some shopping. You will not regret it. I am in the Baker District. This is one of the historic districts in Denver. It actually dates back to the 1870s. Behind me, you can see the Mayan Theater, which has its history of its own. It was built in 1930. It's been carefully restored. So this is a district you definitely want to visit when you come to Denver. You will find all kinds of antique shops, thrift stores, great restaurants. It's just got a really cool, almost Soho type vibe. So enjoy the day. You can have some voodoo donuts. They're always the best donuts you can find. And this is one of our recommendations. I'm standing in front of the Colorado State Capitol, completed in 1894. This is a beautiful piece of architecture if you decide you'd like to go inside. They do offer a free tour, and they take you to the top of the dome as well, which, by the way, that dome is 24 karat gold leafing, worth about $150,000. We also offer this as one of the stops on our Best of Denver tour, as well as our combo tour, which includes the Best of Denver and the Capitol Hill History and Ghost Tour. Just a couple of little fun facts about the Capitol. If you would like to get a picture that is 1 mile above sea level, you will go on the 13th step of the Capitol. The funny thing is there's actually two other markers that say 1 mile above sea level. That's because engineering technology kept improving, GPS, and they were able to find out exactly where it was, but they left the other two markers, I think, just to confuse tourists. So remember, it's the 13th step. The Capitol is also haunted. People have seen an apparition of a severed head gliding down the main staircase. So this is definitely a must-see spot when you come to Denver. I am standing here in front of Union Station, which is kind of the hub for transportation here in Denver. You can get the train to the plane to get to the airport, back and forth. The building itself has a lot of history, built in 1880. It's also very haunted, so that's fun thing about it. They have completely restored it. In fact, a lady by the name of Dana Crawford, who saved much of the history in Denver, was very much involved in restoring it and turning it back to its glory days. So it has nice restaurants, some shops. It's just a fun, trendy place to stop. This is one of the featured stops on our Denver History and Ghost Adventure tour that we have. So if you'd like to see that and a lot of other things here in the Lodo downtown area, please check us out. I am here at the Dairy Block, sometimes called the Milk Market, which is the building right next to me. You can see this fun, trendy alley behind me that's been restored. Restaurants, shops. This is really a great place to come, and I definitely recommend it. This is not far from what used to be our Chinatown called Hop Alley until a tragedy happened on Halloween night 1880. But definitely make this a stop when you come to Denver. This is one of the featured stops on our Lodo tour, otherwise known as the Denver History Adventure plus Ghosts. I am at the Molly Brown House Museum. This was the former home of Molly Brown, otherwise known as Margaret Brown, and she was the most famous survivor of the Titanic. If you don't know who she was, there is a Broadway musical called The Unsinkable Molly Brown, and also a movie starring Debbie Reynolds. If you still don't know who she was, if you saw the Titanic, Kathy Bates played her on the Titanic, so she was kind of rough and crusty, and that's kind of who she was. She was a very tough woman, and she did a lot for the survivors of the Titanic. This home was built in 1889. It is full of Victorian architecture and furnishings. And after you're finished with the Molly Brown house, actually after you go to the souvenir shop, because they have the best souvenir shop in the city as far as I'm concerned, but when you're finished with that, you might want to stroll through the Capitol Hill neighborhood, because it was ranked one of the 10 most beautiful neighborhoods in the United States by Thrillist about 4 years ago. I am standing in front of the History Colorado Museum. It opened in 2014. It cost $111 million to build. This is definitely one of the places you want to come to when coming to Denver. If you want to learn about Denver and Colorado, there are some great exhibits here, some permanent exhibits, such as the 100 items of Colorado. In other words, there's 100 items in here that represent the state of Colorado. They also have some temporary exhibits. Currently, they're doing an exhibit on the Sand Creek Massacre, which is one of the most horrible and scandalous things that ever happened in the state of Colorado. So when you come here, you can actually get a bite to eat. There's a cafe here. There is all kinds of fun things, interactive things, and it's really made for all ages, so you can bring your whole family here. Everyone will enjoy this museum. I am at our Denver Art Museum. The Denver Artisans Club started in 1894, so believe it or not, back during those Wild West days with our dirt streets and our buggies in the streets, there was an interest in art, and it just cultivated since then. There's about 70,000 works of art at the Denver Art Museum, and they specialize in Native American art and Western art. This is one of the stops on our Best of Denver tour, as well as our combo tour, which includes the Best of Denver tour, as well as the Capitol Hill History and Ghost Tour. I am standing on top of one of the high rises here in the Capitol Hill neighborhood, and this brings us to our next recommended thing to do when you come to Denver. Take the Twilight Ghost Tour. We have been doing that tour in this area for 8 years. It is ranked #1 on TripAdvisor. It is fantastic. It's a ghost tour, obviously, but you'll also learn about history. You'll get to see the beautiful architecture in the area. It has been recognized by U.S. News as being one of the top 10 things to do in Denver, and it also has won the Experience Award on Viator. I would definitely go with the walking tour experience. The bus tours don't work out so well when you come to Denver. We only do walking tours, but the bus tours are obviously you can't see very well. The streets in the area are very narrow, so they can't stay very long. And you also don't get to experience the paranormal on a bus. So when you're with us, you actually get to experience the paranormal. Obviously, there's no guarantees. It's not Disneyland, but we do experience something on almost every single tour. We encourage you to take pictures with a flash. We have gotten orbs, shadow people, fully formed apparitions on this tour. Like I said, not every single time, but it does happen. So if you want to learn about ghosts, history, see some architecture, I definitely recommend this. And if you want to make it a combo with a dinner, right across the street is the Ninth Door, which is an excellent place for tapas. So I definitely recommend doing both of those at the same time, and you will have a blast. I am at the Denver Botanic Gardens. As you can see, it's winter time, so there's not going to be as many flowers as usual. This is one of the most beautiful botanic gardens in the United States. In fact, it's ranked #6. It started in 1952. And just a fun, interesting story about this Botanic Gardens is before this was a Botanic Gardens, back in the early days of Denver, this used to be City Cemetery. So here's the story. You guys are going to love this. So back in the early days, they decided to clear out the cemetery and relocate it because all of these big mansions had built up around the area. So they paid guys per coffin. So you give me a body, I am going to pay you so much amount. These guys got resourceful. So they started hacking up bodies in half and in thirds and putting them in baby coffins in order to make money. It was one of the biggest scandals in Denver's history. In fact, it hit the front page of the newspaper. It was such a big scandal, they scrapped the entire project. There are still 1,500 to 2,000 bodies buried into the Botanic Gardens. And the next to me is Cheeseman Park. So that whole area was the cemetery. There are bodies everywhere. I know that's not an uplifting story, but it is one of the stories we tell in our Twilight Ghost Tour and our Capitol Hill History and Ghost Tour. So I thought I'd add that just for fun. But I do encourage you to come here. If you're ever here at Christmas, this is especially a good time to come because it is absolutely gorgeous. So please make sure you put this on your list of the best things to do while you're in Denver. I am standing in front of Meow Wolf. Who knows what that name means? This is a total immersion museum that opened in 2021 in Denver. They have locations in Santa Fe and Las Vegas and maybe a couple of other places. It is 90,000 square feet. It is total immersion. It's not very organized on purpose, I guess, to kind of throw you off. So if you're an organized person, free your mind and you will enjoy it. But there are stairs that intersect floors that lead you to go up or down, and you're not finished with the floor that you're on. There may be a ladder or some short staircases that you go up. Just let it all go. You'll have fun, I promise. There might be a refrigerator that looks like a refrigerator or a washer or dryer. If you open it, that takes you into the entrance to another part of the museum. So this is a favorite here in Denver. I've been here a couple of times. I'm actually going to go again just so I can take some more footage of it. So I totally recommend coming here when you come to Denver. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me. I hope that we helped you find some things to do that you might enjoy. I love Denver, so it's just really my home, but I also would come and visit here if I didn't live here. And just a reminder, there are going to be some links and descriptions in the area below that says descriptions. And I'll also include some information about the tour company. If you'd like to know more about us, go to besttoursofdenver.com. You can book right online. It really helps if you don't use TripAdvisor or some kind of third party, because all of that money ends up going to them, so we appreciate it. Anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call and I will help you if I can. Thank you.